If you guys haven't seen, which I'm sure you have, because I know a lot of you follow Vara Dark. Just we share a lot of subscribers. Um, if you guys haven't seen it though, she made a post recently, which honestly I'm glad she made this post because I didn't want to give Kotaku the click. Because these kind of articles that I'm about to read a snippet of when it comes to Alyssa Mercante, all of it is mainly just rage bait, which is hilarious to me because that's exactly what they accuse us of doing. Right? They accuse YouTubers of being rage baiters, right? But meanwhile, that's literally the entire existence of this article through and through. There is no reason for this article to exist, at least not in the current form that it sits in. Right? If you're trying to be an Elden Ring review, the last thing that you should be doing is projecting your narcissism. And it's not even like it's subtle. It's not even subtle. That's the great thing. It literally goes on a fucking tirade about her own personal life and the comparison that for some reason Elden Ring has to Alyssa Mercante's own personal life and her battle against misogyny and homophobia. It's the weirdest, like, I don't know, dude. This is a weird one. Honestly, the article is so cringe, it wasn't even funny. Normally with Alyssa Mercante stuff, like she's so terrible that you can actually find some comedy in it and just laugh at it. But this was literally not even like funny. Like when I did a video on this today, it'll be releasing tomorrow, by the way. When I did a video on it, normally I'm just kind of laughing at it, whatever. It really wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It was sad. It was sad because you're seeing true like homebred narcissism just exploding in one article. But anyway, let's go over what Vara Dark wrote. Shout out to Vara Dark. I appreciate you having these screenshots so I don't have to go click on Kotaku's fucking website. Alyssa Mercante reviewed Shadow of the Erd Tree. And by review, I mean, we're being very, very light on our terms here. Simply writing a review? No. Let's put commentary in there that has nothing to do with the game and establishes that she's always a victim. Now, if you guys remember yesterday on stream and in the videos that I released recently, I talked about how PC Gamer did an article on Wukong, right? And the article is actually fairly okay. It's like 95% okay. But these activists can't help themselves and they decide they got to throw in that little bit of activism that completely derails the entire article, the entire review, the entire purpose of it even existing. And it makes people want to check out. Like it just makes people not want to listen to what they have to say, which is so ironic because they think that if they virtue signal and if they throw in their activism, that that's somehow going to make more people want to listen. It's the weirdest thing, but that's neither here nor there. We're not exactly dealing with people who are of sound mind here. She claims that she's the victim of a near endless harassment campaign when she's on social media threatening to beat up people for not agreeing with her. I mean, that's pretty spot on. It's never, hey, I said this stupid controversial thing people disagree with. Now I'm facing backlash. It's always people are being sexist and homophobic. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into it, but this pretty much sums up exactly what we're about to read. Let me make it bigger so that you guys can actually read along really quick. I'll get the first page right here. Not that you want to read this shit, but I mean, here we are. Hey, shout out to TRV, man. TRA, I'm sorry. TRA Denver. What's up, man? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right. So this is snippets of her article. And honestly, these snippets, they say everything that you need to possibly know about this article. There's nothing more that you really need to know. And you don't have to go give them the click because, again, that's what they want. They want you to go over to Kotaku and click the article because what she's trying to do is she's trying to mimic her previous success, right? She had massive success with the Sweet Baby Inc. article, and she's been chasing that success ever since, and she hasn't been able to replicate it. She's a one-hit wonder. That's basically all it is. So don't give her the click because she's trying to do that. That's all it is. It says, hours into playing Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, the massive singular expansion from Software's award-winning 2022 action RPG, I realize it is paralleling my real life. I mean, wow. Like, okay. Until Elden Ring, I avoided Souls-likes, and I really wish that you would. Every time gaming journalists talk about Souls-likes games, it really makes me sick because I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I'm a big fan of Souls-like games. You guys already know this. I say this all the fucking time. All right. When I stream games, chances are it's probably gonna be a Souls-like game. That's just what it is. Or first-person shooter or an RPG or whatever. I like a lot of things. But they are just very bad at Souls-like games. Almost all of them are terrible at Souls-like games. I don't even know why they do it. They do it because they know that they're popular. So in order to try to get some sort of clout, they talk about these games that they know they fucking suck at. That's genuinely what it is, right? But that's neither here nor there. Their punishing difficulty and rigid boundaries frustrated me immensely. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You like when things are very easy, like you. I hit a wall in Dark Souls Remastered and gave up. Barely touched Bloodborne. Thank God, Bloodborne is an awesome game. And avoided Psychido like it was a poison swamp. In the real world, I have mostly avoided the ire of homophobes and misogynists in the games industry, writing an article that temporarily shakes them up before fading into relative obscurity once Reddit refreshes. But now I'm willingly subjecting myself to arduous adventure, running headfirst into a proverbial wall just to shake it off, back up, and run into it again. Outside of the lands between and the Shadow Realm, I have spent nearly 4 months as the subject of a near endless harassment campaign. It feels at times like logging on for a day of work is akin to walking through a ball store over and over again. Holy shit. Can you imagine? I want to be very clear about something. And you guys know I say this all the time. So I'm going to remain very consistent here with what I'm about to say. All right? Can you imagine being a normie? Just imagine you're someone who doesn't know about this stuff. You're someone who's not involved in the culture war, has no idea what the fuck it's about, right? You just like playing video games. And for some reason in your mind, you still think that Kotaku is a central hub for video game information. So let's say that you, as the normie, you click this article. And you're like, great. I mean, I would love to know more about the Shadow Virtue DLC. I heard it's pretty good. I'm really excited about it. Tell me more, gaming journalist. Tell me more. And then as you click this article and you're going through it, you see the first paragraph talking about how it's the award-winning 2022 action RPG. Great. Yeah, I want to know more. And then it just fucking deep dives. It deep dives into this weird self congratulatory, I don't even know what to call it. Can you imagine the eyes of a normie lighting up when they read some shit like this? Bro. So what I'm trying to say is that people like Alyssa Mercante, they don't realize that when they do stuff like this because they can't help themselves, they are going to wake up more people than I ever could. Just being honest with you. They're going to wake up more people than I ever could by myself. All of these articles, all of these things that people read, that they're not involved in the culture war, they are going to be woken up by this absolute fucking nonsense. When they're trying to read about Dark Souls, and instead of reading about Dark Souls, they're being forced to read about homophobia and misogyny. What? What are we doing? What are we doing? Do you guys not realize this? Do you guys realize that the Streisand effect is an absolute real thing and you're only going to help people like me? You're just going to continue helping me. That's all you're doing. You're waking people up every single day when you write shit like this. Why can't you save your activism for like your Twitter profile page or something like that? Why can't you save it for that? Oh, I know why. Because you know nobody gives a fuck about your Twitter. You know that the only chance you have is to make a literal rage bait article on Kotaku, hope that people click it so that you can convince your higher ups over at Geo Media that what you're doing is the right thing. That's as truthful as I could possibly fucking get. So with that being said, okay, what do we have here? We have someone trying to compare, which it's such a weird thing, right? You're comparing a very difficult game that challenges you so that you can reach a level of success that is extremely gratifying once you beat it, that other games won't give you because they're too easy. That's the whole point of Dark Souls games. They challenge you so that when you get to that point of success, it feels so good. That's what it's for. And you're comparing that to your life battling homophobia, misogyny.